true. I don't know, these things get emotional all of a sudden out of nowhere. You just feel this wave of emotion. I don't know where it comes from. It's not that house, but it's a nice house anyway. Ugh. Listen, I know everybody's on his side. We got Robert De Niro out there saying F you to this and stuff. I don't think Robert De Niro's washed up. I think he's a great actor. But here I want to say this. It's not because of the Republican Party or the Democrat Party. And I'm tired of both of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing about the Republicans. And I'm sick of hearing about the Democrats. And so are a lot of Americans. We're sick of it. We're sick of hearing about Republicans and Democrats. We don't care anymore. All right? If you want to be an extremist, fine. Who cares? You know, it's a tough world that we live in. And sometimes we're like, okay, well, good for you. I'm glad you're a Republican. Or good for you. I'm glad you're a Democrat. But, you know, don't call me washed up over it. You know, people put politics over humanity. Even De Niro. But listen, Brando wouldn't have done that. Brando walked along the civil rights movement, and he walked along the bigots of the KKK and talked to them both like human beings. He talked to the civil rights people like human beings, and he talked to the KKK like human beings. And you know what? So does Spike Lee. I've heard Spike Lee say, hi, I didn't know David Duke was a fan of me. David Duke was a big racist and was part of a horrible group, whatever, we can judge it, whatever. But what it is, it's about people. I think that's what Spike Lee was saying, and Brando, right? And Brando. We're talking about Spike Lee, a director, and we're talking about Brando. Because they're saying, yeah, the guy's a bigot, but he's a person. You think the civil rights movements are going to go around hanging bigots? They'd be busy every day, right? They don't do that. That's what Martin Luther King Jr. taught them. I'm talking about Martin Luther King Jr. He didn't teach them that. He taught them to be peaceful protest. That's what Martin Luther King's power was, and Gandhi. Spike Lee knows it. Now, Spike Lee freaks out on Knicks games, but I'm not going to talk about him as much. But Brando walked alongside with the KKK and tried to reason with them. He didn't have a big sign saying bigots, but they had signs against Marlon Brando. Now, Marlon Brando also was a big supporter of the civil rights movement. He's one of my favorite actors. I'm upset. I'm upset that they called De Niro a wash-up, but I'm also upset that FU words has to be used, and everything's heightened right now, and they got the National Guard in New York City. So we're all under duress. It's affected the whole entire country. And bad things have happened because of the weather. Bad things have happened because of, well, you know, we know a leader, regardless of what Biden says, the man that's under the public eye was once a leader, just as Biden was once a leader. There's no principal that's going to come in and say, okay, guys, that's enough. All right. Now we have these signs that says, you know, Trump guilty. Well, you know what? He was born that way. So was Biden. Biden was born guilty and Trump was born guilty. I'll be on the side of Jesus Christ. I would say just as Brando was. But they're both guilty. Okay? It should have been a split screen, Biden and Trump guilty. They're guilty of something. Okay? We're not seeing a lot of police reform. We're not seeing, you know, and I hope this whole show gets aired, and I don't accidentally not follow the proper procedures of things. But I didn't say anything about it because it's a political issue. I don't think Adam the Woo would. I was caught to be a fence sitter because we're taught that way as actors. If you're going to play a bigot, you don't play him as an enemy. If you're going to play a civil rights person, you wouldn't play it as an enemy. You don't judge the person, or you can't play that person. You can't see through their eyes if they're under guilty. Let me explain something. If we were all in a war and we all had to work together, we would probably do that as a country, regardless of everything. 10.2.5. You know, I like cats. There's that cat right there under there. It'll be okay. Because cats, they keep to themselves. They're quiet. Method actors are cats. But listen, I wouldn't put either one of their names on my front lawn. You crazy? With the property damage that's done? No way. Not for me. I'm not going to take everyone down with me. You know what I mean? Or, you know, maybe it's everyone's nature. I don't know. Who am I to judge? You know, who am I to judge Biden? Who am I to judge Trump? Who am I to judge? Either or, right? One thing I respect about Biden, he's an older guy, and he stays in the game, just like Clint Eastwood. And then Trump, of course, well, he has a family. I mean, come on. He does have a family. Okay? I have a family too. I don't get to see my kids. He does. He gets to see his kids. I think his kids love him. Okay? It's time for us to turn to God. That's what God's saying. I think they're right there. The beware the dog thing. Well, looks like another night of delivery. We'll head back and see Linda and Kitty. Dr. Pepper's actually older than Coca-Cola. Dr. Pepper's first. Hey, just give me 1 second. I'll get a talk to you. Just give me a second. Well, I'm at one of my 7-Elevens. Kind of like German in Venice. You get the picture. So, in June, we'll find out the sentencing of one of our ex-presidents. Regardless, Biden and everything, that's sometimes the way things happen. I'm drinking Zero Cherry. Saving that one. I use that one for caffeine. Dr. Pepper is older than Coca-Cola. This is Cherry Coke. But for right now, I got some XXX pomegranate vitamin water. So it's good too. Told the guy about the show at 7-Eleven. I talk to him all the time. He's pretty cool. It's cookie time. I like cookies. I even accept cookies. This guy in the van. Look at this. Poor guy. I'm gonna help him out. Just give me a second. I know he's trying. I was gonna go another way. Okay. That's right. Maybe he sees I'm broadcasting a show. A lot of things that I don't talk about in my life and Linda and I's life. And we're dealing with a traffic stop that I think was handled harshly without forgiveness, but it happened a few days ago, and we're going to talk about it later. We're going to release a show later on. I did release some stuff on my Facebook about everything, but I do like cookies. I like the caramel ones. These are caramel cookies. Caramel cookies. Hurry up here. I know I talked a lot today. I know it's been a long show, and I know I erased a vlog the other day. And I apologize for the fans and stuff. It turned it into a 3-minute one. Cookie. Cookie. Charlie Chaplin taught me. Hopefully we'll get to the point where I can like show you guys mime and all kinds of fun stuff. But Marcel Marceau was an actor. He also was a painter. He did write music, and he was an exceptional, probably the best mime of all time. He also worked with the French Resistance and helped many children escape the Nazis. I like cookies. He probably didn't have a whole lot, but he did eat seafood, and he hogged it down. I know some people that watched him eat seafood. He always would say things like, "I think I'm right." He taught a guy named Greg Goldston, who was one of my teachers, and he would tell me about Marcel Marceau, because I wasn't able to meet him. My friend Brian Beck met him. Brian Beck died in 2012 or something like that. He died, I didn't know about it. They didn't tell me about it until way later. Pomegranate's good. It's a lighter choice of vitamin water. The reason I mentioned Marcel Marceau is because he was kind of a hero of a wartime, because he put his own life in danger to help the innocent cross over the borders from evil. So I just like talking about him sometimes, remembering his movement, his work. I'll never deny an artist's work. I don't care about their political beliefs. I mentioned something about De Niro. I still like his work. Robert De Niro is an incredible actor, an incredible person, and I know he has political beliefs, but I hope that he learns more of a Brando-esque approach to politics. Brando was great as an activist, as a person that spoke about humanity and people. But he got mad at the media. He would get mad at reporters for just asking questions rather than just being themselves. You know, he would just be like, "Oh, I don't want to have to go down this route and talk about this," you know. But they did it to him all of his life. Sometimes they snap. So prayers are out for De Niro and his family. I know De Niro's been through trauma and drama, and I know he has some horrible stuff in his past. And I know I really should pray for people. And I just ask you to pray for Linda. I met a person today that I've known for quite a bit of time. I've asked him to go to one of my old churches for guidance, and possibly because he has some talent. We've got some talent at my other church. This is a church in Irving named MacArthur Boulevard. There's a woman there named Erin Michelle who's awarded many Nashville awards and has albums and is a great songwriter and an artist, and then knows other artists and promotes artists that are not seen. She doesn't really promote filmmakers and stuff. She mostly promotes people that sing for the glory of the Lord. So there's our rappers and things like that that do that as well. So meaning that there are Christian rappers, and I've listened to some of it. It's pretty cool. So it's outrageously cool. Here's some things about me. I am a Spike Lee fan. I'm also a Martin Scorsese fan, and I'm a big David Lynch fan. I've recently become a David Lynch fan over the last maybe year or so. David Lynch had a vlog that went on for a long time, and I think like December 16th of like 2022 or something, it just like ended. But he had a 2-year vlog. It was the weather report, and today's number is. Anyway, I gotta get going. I just want to tell you the things that I like and I appreciate. My adventures are sometimes internal. They're movies I watch and things that I do. I don't always go camping like Foresty Forest, and I don't have a cool van like Chrome, and I'm not against any of that stuff. And I don't get to go to Walt Disney World like Adam the Woo. I don't get to go to these cool locations like Jacob the Carpetbagger, or, you know, go over to Europe like Grim Life Collective. I would like to hang out with Gary Oldman and talk to him about a screenplay. It did get to Christoph Waltz, and I sent it to another person. I'm not going to say who I sent it to, but it's a person that I admire and look up to as a writer. I'm also an Ethan Hawke fan. I think Ethan Hawke's a good actor. People have mixed opinions about all these artists, and I don't really care. These are some of the things that I bring into my show because the show does use similar mediums. I'm also a Godard fan, and I like Richard Linklater in Austin. He's supposedly studying Godard. I'm also a big fan of Truffaut and the New Wave movement. Oh, and also I appreciate the dialogue of Quentin Tarantino, and his movies are intriguing and entertaining. Quentin Tarantino is very entertaining. So this is about the mysteries and ingredients of entertainment, and then also just about me. Actor's life is just, you know, these actors, they sometimes stop going on the auditions, but in their mind, they're an actor, and they're just waiting. Somehow it's gonna happen. Like Scarlett O'Hara. Judy Garland, I think, I don't know. I get it all mixed up. I'm not as pop culture genius like Jordan the Lion. But I watch all these people, and so I study them, and I study their behavior, and I study what they want to say, so that you can know me and know what I'm going through. Maybe one day I'll pinpoint something, and I'll really get sucked into it, like I did today with the tornado. Well, it's a sculpture of a tornado inside Bank One. I love art, and I love motion pictures and sound. I'm very sensuous, and I also love music and the guitar. All the guitar players. All right, thanks. One more thing too, I do love Linda, and Linda is a co-partner of the Please Subscribe show, and she fascinates me with her immense talent of improvisation and storytelling. Thanks, Linda. Hello.